Sheikh Ahmed Gumi is back again with his controversial opinions that always seem to defend criminals and terrorists no matter what atrocities they commit. This time, he is not only calling for negotiation with bandits and terrorists as he usually does, but now he is going further by demanding that the federal government should give amnesty to his terrorist brothers in the northern part of Nigeria, the same way the government recently gave amnesty to Niger Delta militants who surrendered their weapons. Before we continue with this news story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more updates. The Nigerian government on the 17th of January 2026 gave amnesty to 80 Niger Delta militants who voluntarily returned their guns and decided to turn over a new leaf and reintegrate into society peacefully. In case you don't know about the Niger Delta militants, they are armed groups who have been operating in the oil-rich states of the Niger Delta region, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, and Akwa Ibom. These militants attack oil rigs and petroleum installations, blow up pipelines carrying crude oil, vandalize government properties related to the oil industry, engage in illegal oil bunkering where they steal crude oil and sell it on the black market, and sometimes kidnap oil workers for ransom. The militants are armed to the teeth with sophisticated weapons including heavy machine guns, rocket launchers, and explosives, and they operate from bases hidden in the creeks and swamps of the Niger Delta where they are difficult for security forces to reach. They have been disturbing government operations and causing massive economic losses to Nigeria's oil production for many years, costing the country billions of dollars in lost revenue. Over the years, the federal government has been negotiating with these armed Niger Delta militants, and through sustained dialogue and engagement, the government created an amnesty program for those militants who are willing to genuinely drop their weapons and embrace peace. The amnesty program offers militants several benefits if they surrender, including forgiveness for past crimes related to militancy, skills training and education to help them find legitimate employment, monthly stipends to support them during the transition period, and opportunities for reintegration into normal society without fear of prosecution. Now, what Sheikh Gumi and some other northern leaders are agitating for is that since the government could give amnesty to Niger Delta militants just a few days ago, accepting 80 of them and promising them benefits and reintegration, then what is stopping the same government from giving similar amnesty to the bandits and terrorists operating in the north? Why is the government apparently favoring militants in the south by giving them amnesty and monthly payments, while the same government is actively fighting and killing the bandits and terrorists in the north? Sheikh Gumi sees this as unfair treatment and discrimination against northern criminals, and he believes that if the government can show mercy and offer rehabilitation to armed groups from the south, it should do the same for armed groups from the north, regardless of the differences in their activities and behaviors. Sheikh Gumi took to his Facebook page to publicly condemn the government's actions, accusing them of favoritism toward Niger Delta militants, while the same government is killing what he calls his own brothers, who are the bandits and terrorists operating in northern Nigeria. He further encouraged and pressured the federal government to extend the same amnesty program to northern bandits and terrorists that was given to Niger Delta militants. By making this demand, Sheikh Gumi is essentially saying that notorious terrorist leaders like Bello Turji, who has killed countless people and forced entire villages to flee, Ado Aliero, who has kidnapped hundreds for ransom, and all the other bandit leaders terrorizing the Northwest should be given amnesty, forgiven for their crimes, paid monthly stipends by the government, and allowed to walk free without any punishment for the murder, kidnapping, rape, and destruction they have committed over the years. However, there is one massive and fundamental thing that Sheikh Gumi either fails to understand or deliberately chooses to ignore when making this comparison between Niger Delta militants and northern bandits. And this difference is absolutely critical to understanding why the two groups cannot and should not be treated the same way. Niger Delta militants, for all their criminal activities and economic sabotage, do not primarily target and kill innocent civilians in their operations. Their main targets are government properties like oil pipelines, oil rigs, flow stations, and other petroleum infrastructure. They attack these economic targets to force the government to pay attention to their grievances about environmental pollution, economic marginalization, and lack of development in the Niger Delta region. When they engage in kidnapping, it is usually targeted at oil company employees or wealthy individuals, not random villagers or ordinary poor people. Their violence, while serious and criminal, is primarily economic and political in nature rather than targeting innocent civilians. Meanwhile, the bandits and terrorists operating in northern Nigeria engage in completely different and far more heinous activities that make them fundamentally different from Niger Delta militants. Northern bandits routinely attack and kill innocent people who have nothing to do with government or politics. Sheikh Gumi's demand for amnesty for northern bandits has sparked massive outrage and condemnation from Nigerians across the country who are tired of his constant defense of these criminals. People are asking how Sheikh Gumi can look at the devastation caused by bandits in places like Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, and Kaduna, see the thousands of people who have been killed and still have the audacity to demand that these murderers should be forgiven and given government benefits. Social media has erupted with angry responses to Gumi's Facebook post, with many people saying that his continued defense of bandits proves that he is complicit in their crimes and should be arrested and prosecuted as a terrorist sympathizer. Giving amnesty to northern bandits and terrorists like Bello Turji would be an absolute disaster for Nigeria and would completely undermine the progress that is currently being made in fighting terrorism. Instead of giving amnesty to bandits as Sheikh Gumi demands, the government should continue the current approach of intense military pressure combined with cutting off support systems for terrorism. Every bandit leader like Bello Turji should be hunted down relentlessly until they are either killed in combat or captured and prosecuted. What do you think about Sheikh Gumi demanding amnesty for bandits? Should northern bandits be treated the same as Niger Delta militants? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more updates on this controversial issue and Nigeria's fight against terrorism.